Kristin, I'm the Shoebox OT. Welcome back and don't forget to subscribe. I have over 20 years of experience as a pediatric occupational therapist. In today's video, I'm going to show you another one of my treatment boxes and what's inside. However, today it's not really a shoebox, but a bucket. All right, first thing we have is a bucket that came from one of the home improvement stores. It can be any, they're all pretty much the same 5-gallon bucket. This slides inside the bucket and it goes right inside, and I'll show you the inside after. But this is to hang, you can find this in the tool section. So you would hang like a hammer, screwdrivers, or staple gun, whatnot, off of and in these pockets. I'm using it for art supplies. So this is the top bucket and it opens. So the first one, empty hole, that way you can put your hand through it if you need to grab something inside. And in this one I have just confetti, little containers of confetti because you never know. And I have brads, things, and I have a whole bunch of toothpicks in there as well. The toothpicks go to something that's in the pocket, so I'll show you that after. Put that in. Okay. The next one, I have hole punchers. So I have this one where you can use your whole hand. I have this one for fingers. And I have these little ones that are much harder in here. So I have a whole variety of hole punchers in there. Close that up. Next one, googly eyes. Because you can't make arts and crafts without having googly eyes. So there's my bucket of googly eyes. Okay, so that's the top. Now I'll go over what I put in the side. And again, something like this, you can modify this for really anything. This could be a great writing bucket. So if you wanted to just have all your writing supplies in here, your writing paper, your pens, your pencils, your different grippers, that could work this way as well. I like it for my arts and craft bucket. So I have painter's tape. These are the little scratch, and that's what the toothpicks are for, to kind of scratch on these, the little scratch pads. These were old Valentine's Day cards. So scratch. And you can get these after Valentine's Day for a really good price. And then I have a bunch of bingo markers here. And in this pocket, I have my pencil sharpeners. I have one for the skinny and the fat pencils in there. Then I have my paintbrushes, because I could never find where any of the paintbrushes went. So this way I know where they all are. Regular school glue, and then I have a compass. It's a good bilateral integration activity. Hold that down, or hold that end, and then you go around. It's always good to have a compass in there. So now for what's inside the bucket. Let's take the top off. And this is what it looks like inside. So I'm going to show you what I have in there and how I use it. Okay, the first thing I have is a folder, and I have some construction paper in here, and I have some regular white papers, some different coloring sheets. So I'm actually going to take one of these white pieces of paper out, because I'm going to use that later to show you something else. Okay, so that, and then I have just one of these mandala coloring books. That's going to be another episode where I can show you some different ideas and treatment ideas that you can do and use with the mandalas. Okay, so then I have a stapler. I usually staple. I don't usually let the kids staple unless they're older and I think they can actually do it without stapling their fingers. I have my paint, my watercolors, and I also have, and this is going to seem weird, but I have eyeshadow. This actually works really well as paint. So you get your paintbrush wet, dip it in here, and you make some fun colors with that too. And then I have this pouch – is full of paint samples. And these are really great for kids just learning how to cut. They're pretty stiff, so they hold straight. They're not kind of bending down and flopping down, so they have a little bit more control with their cutting. And then there's a nice line built right in. So I have a pouch full of paint samples. The inside, I'll show you as I empty it out. There's pockets on the inside, and that's where I keep all my scissors. I don't want my scissors to be out here and too accessible to kiddos. So if they grab at something out here, by the time they get this off, I've gotten away from them. This just makes me a little nervous to put on the outside, so I don't. Okay, this are neat markers. So these are markers, but these are special markers. These are Crystal Effect window markers, and they do something really neat. So if you color on a mirror, and I'm going to bring this close up, and I'm going to show you. You can kind of see it going already, but if you touch it, you can see how it's kind of, looks like it's crystallizing or turning to ice or frost. So it's kind of a neat little way to keep kids motivated with writing. So that is this whole bag of markers. And again, they are Crystallize Effects window markers. So I have those, and then I have crayons in here. And most of my crayons in here are broken on purpose. It helps to facilitate that tripod grass, that nice tripod grass that we're looking for, as opposed to if it's a whole crayon, they can still kind of do this. Well, here they have a really hard time being able to color with it if it's just this little nub. So broken crayons help facilitate that nice tripod grasp and help strengthen the intrinsic muscles of the hands. So a whole bag of crayons. There, put my pen back. And then I have colored pencils here. And these, I believe, are going to be, dry erase markers. I kept losing my dry erase markers. I don't know where they ended up. But this way, I always have them right here ready. I know where everything is. Now this has regular markers in the back here. And you can see that some of the caps didn't go on all the way and they kind of bled through. And then I also have, in this little pouch, the little elastics from the bracelets. With the loom bracelet, and you would kind of link them all up and you make a bracelet out of them. So anyway, I have a whole bunch of those in there too. There. So that's another pocket. This one is gel pens. Nothing exciting, just gel pens. I like the gel pens to do the mandalas or the really small adult coloring pages because they come out nice and bright. Okay, so for this I have a bucket of, or a pencil bag full of stickers. I have a bunch of little stickers and I use them for, these are cupcakes, and here are my dots. Okay, so you can do a piece of paper. Stickers are great fine motor, but they're also really great biodegradation because they can be hard to hold and pull them off. So if the kiddos are having a hard time, I will either bend it like that so that they're sticking out a little bit, or I will actually bend the sticker so they can grab it that way. But what you can do is you can make, or you can have these pre-made, or you can make a template and then make photocopies. But you could do a gumball machine. I'm gonna do a big one. You can do a gumball machine. Okay, don't judge, I'm doing this fast. Okay, so gumball machine. Use your imagination. And then they have to put stickers on, and there's the gumballs. Or you could do a dog, and they have to put the spots on the dog or the spots on the cat. So that's why I have that in there. So it can kind of turn into my art project there of the stickers and the fine motor and the writing as well. There's a bunch of different stickers in here that I use. This one has got some, they're called spooky Halloween eyes. I try to stay away from a Halloween theme. You have to be really cognizant of other people's cultures, and some families can be very offended by Halloween and the symbolism of Halloween. So I try to stick to fall. But the eyeballs I can use if we're gonna make an alien. I just call it something a little different. I wouldn't make it like a ghost or you know, something that's kind of scary. Maybe like an alien. So anyway, that's why I have those. And then this is something else I found at the dollar store. It's a spy kit. Basically all it is colored pencils and then this red magnifying glass. So you can write and you can reveal the top secrets. Again, just try to make writing fun. That's in there. And then my last thing that I have in here that's in a container is my silly putty. And I have a pencil that goes with it. So my silly putty stays in here with this pencil. This is it's a soft lead pencil or a soft graphite pencil. I think it works with number 2, but it works better if the lead is really soft. So back in the day, you could use silly putty on comics, and we would press it on the comics, and you'd lift it off, and it would have the picture, the color and everything of the comic book page of the paper. They changed the ink in the newspapers, so it doesn't do that anymore, which is kind of sad. But it will lift off a soft lead. So you could have them practice writing their name. I'm just gonna do a heart. But you could have them practice writing their name, and then they get to squish, squish, squish. So now we're doing some finger strengthening too because we're squishing. So we squish, squish, squish it on. We peel it off, and there we go. It transfers the image. If you write your name, it is gonna do it backwards, but still, you get some practice at name writing. So that's my silly putty. Okay. Now, here's the inside the bucket. You can see there's a lot of glitter inside there. I don't know what happened, something exploded. But that's where I keep all my scissors. Inside, safe and sound. And I have a couple different types. I have just your regular scissors, kid scissors. And then I have a couple different ones that have this little adaptation to it. And it makes it spring-loaded because that opening part of the scissors is the hard part for the kids, opening it back up. So this kind of helps. All they have to do is squeeze, 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 squeeze. So there's that type, and there's another type where it's this yellow right here. Squeeze. And then I also have loop scissors, where again, it's just squeezing. And then I have my scissors if I have to cut something. And then I have these. So thumb, but this is for the guide finger, to put that guide finger in there, which is this finger, which typically sits outside when you're cutting. But here, it actually shows the kiddos where exactly their thumb goes. If you can kind of see, I put an eyeball on it so I can say, oh, we're the alligator, let's go eat the paper. So that way we get the eyeball up and not cutting like this. So mine said keep the thumb up, keep the eyeball up. I tried gluing a googly eye on there, but it fell off. So I just did a marker. And that is my arts and craft bucket. Thank you for tuning in, and see you next time. This is Kristin, the Shoebox OT. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.